Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you were watching. So, hey guys, Justin Baldoni is now accused of spreading toxic positivity. Now, what is toxic positivity? It's, like forcing positivity in every situation, even when it's not necessary, and it could be harmful and it makes people not express their own emotions, or should we say that's how they swear because they are not used to being nice. He's the director of the movie anyways. He has the right to tell them what to do in his own movie set. So guys, do you think he was being toxic positive, or they mistook him and everything? um, what is watch the videos, tell me what you think about it, guys.
I am not making this up. Justin Baldoni is being called out for spreading toxic positivity at work. This is insane. You guys need to hear what his former coworkers said. As I'm sure everyone on the internet knows, Justin Baldoni is currently in the middle of a very public legal battle with Blake Lively. Blake is accusing Justin of inappropriate behavior at work, and now someone else has come out and said that they were very unhappy with how Justin treated them in the workplace, except for a completely different reason. Justin Baldoni is the co-founder and co-chairman of Wayfarer Studios. Even though it's a smaller production company, they do have staff, and one of the former staff members has recently called out Justin. They said it's constant positivity all the time. I would say toxic positivity. I'm always a little dubious of people who advertise themselves as disruptors of the status quo or quote unquote good people. It felt phony.
Toxic positivity. Here's the boss. Maybe I would say they are not used to, people being good, always trying to imply something good, something positive in every aspect for, perfect, but they just mistook his good character, his good traits for toxic. No, he's a director. Everything he says is what you would do.
Hey everyone, over the last few weeks we've seen several articles published that call out Justin Baldoni for toxic positivity. They're essentially saying, former employees are essentially saying that he was inauthentically positive and seemed like a phony in the workplace and as a boss. If Blake Lively and her team have had a hand in these stories, they've recognized that the concept of toxic positivity has been pretty popular over the last 6 months, and they've tried to back the allegations into this existing trend. As a PR person, it's always easier to back a storyline into a hot topic. And so that might be what's occurring here. Now, are the allegations sticking from a PR perspective? I don't know that they are for two reasons. One, does the workplace feel excessively positive to anyone right now? No, there are a lot of layoffs, tough economic environment. So I think there is misalignment there from a concept perspective. Secondly, we've seen Justin Baldoni in text messages over a voicemail, video. He doesn't seem inauthentic.
Breaking Justin Baldoni news, everybody. Justin Baldoni is too nice. What? Literally, the LA Times put out, my opinion, a hit piece on Justin Baldoni saying that former employees that refused to go on the record felt like he created a work environment that was toxic positivity. There was too much toxic positivity. He was too nice to everybody. He made them sign off their emails with so much love. That's how ridiculous it has become with this attempt to malign this. They literally have nothing on him, right? Because Blake Lively has failed to produce any sort of evidence that proves any of the claims that she's made against him. He's now debunked a number of her claims against him and shown that some of the evidence that she has brought forth has been now discredited because it was doctored, like the text messages or, some of her tellings that were debunked by the footage that he released, the raw footage and audio. So now they have nothing left but to say that he was too nice. He created a work environment that was too focused on toxic positivity. What is toxic positivity? Like, please explain to me what is toxic positivity. Like, anybody that's ever had a bad boss that was truly toxic, a work environment that was truly toxic, hectic, stressful, not good for your mental health, please explain to me why all of these anonymous sources, because there are multiple anonymous sources, because none of them want to come forward, because if they come forward, they're afraid they're going to be tied into the legal drama. Let me remind you, Blake Lively is the only person that's trying to drag people into this. Remember, the Sisterhood of the Traveling HR complaints? None of them want to speak out. Nobody is backing Blake Lively anymore. Everyone's kind of withdrawn their support for her publicly. So if anybody's trying to drag people into lawsuits, I would say it's Blake Lively, not Justin Baldoni. But this, to me, and then we're attacking his Baha'i faith again. Like, the more they try to drag the Baha'i faith, the more I'm like, this really doesn't sound like that bad. But this is the latest breaking news. This is the big exclusive in the LA Times, is that Justin Baldoni, people that won't even go on record to talk about how toxically positive he was, think that, you know, his work environment, it was too positive. What? Did I just fall out of a coconut tree?
He is too nice. Well, like I said earlier in this video, toxic positivity is more like saying being too nice and engaging positivity in every aspect of when it's not necessary, and it makes people not express their feelings. Yeah, that's what Blake Lively is now saying he did, like, because he has no evidence against him of anything she claims he has done in the set of the movie. I think she's trying to bring people inside, just like what he has said. And this is so this is so funny because he's the boss, and everything he does is what should be implemented. Everything he says, rather. So let's keep watching, guys.
Here we go again. Hello, my friend. Perez Hilton here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything. It ends with us saga. Some of you might remember I shared with you all the New York Times hit piece against Justin Baldoni. He's too nice. Toxic positivity. That article was published shortly after the lip nibbler hired a new crisis PR expert, Nick Shapiro, who used to work at the CIA. And it seems like Nikki is back at work. The following is just my opinion based on my 21 years of experience as the original influencer and gossip guru, more like gossip legend. The Daily Mail just came out with a new article, and the headline reads, "Could this be what really sparked the Blake Lively-Justin Baldoni war? Insiders spill on the very offensive behavior that's left the actress in physical pain." Well, apparently now the Daily Mail has started to put some or most of its content behind a paywall. You can't read this article unless you subscribe, but I got all the highlights for you. You're welcome. One of the issues discussed in this hit piece is her late father, Ernie Lively. Remember, the sexual harassment accuser alleged in her lawsuit that he claimed to have spoken to her dead father. And for some reason, this is being brought up again in this Daily Mail article. Quote, "Blake doesn't like anyone to talk about her dad. She will have found it very offensive." Pause. What kind of a weak source is this? She will have found it very offensive. Did she find it offensive or did she not? Is somebody at the Daily Mail making up quotes? "Blake doesn't like anyone to talk about her dad. She will have found it very offensive for someone outside her circle to bring up his name even. It's been a few years since he passed, but he is a very, very touchy subject with her." Blake's dad died in 2021 from heart complications, and that is very sad. He was just 74 years old. And that's it. Maybe her new crisis communications expert had nothing to do with it, because this Daily Mail article is, where's the beef? Where's the beef? But hey, if he did say that about her dad, I think that's wrong, and I'm not afraid of saying that. All right, thoughts on this? Oh my goodness. Let's discuss in the comments section.
So this whole story of toxic positivity is, it could be twisted. Have you ever worked in a toxic positive environment? Have your boss been so positive? And I don't think it's even something that should be a problem, because he is a nice person and he wants something perfect for his movie. Or should I say, people are not used to other people being kind to them and want, fire for fire. Everybody's doing things in haste. And guys, tell me what you think about this video, please. I want to know your own perspective on this. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, guys. See ya.